Welcome to the gun show. Guys, do you wish you had better biceps? Well, I'm here to help you. Today, I'm gonna give you a bunch of bicep tips so that you can get bigger biceps so that you can have your own gun show. Take the kids to the gun show, they say.
Let's go! Do what I do! Work like I still got something to prove! Let's go! All I do! Work like I still got something to prove!
I haven't even said a line yet.
Pro tip, the day you started lifting is the day you became forever small because you're never gonna be as big as you ever wanted to be. All right, first real tip. First real tip is check your ego at the door. I know they say this a lot, but one of the biggest things with biceps is people go way too heavy and you start using your shoulders, you start using your forearms instead of actually focusing on your biceps. So tip number one is lighten the load so that you can actually concentrate on your bicep. I'm gonna kind of give you an example using an easy bar, but it's pretty much, if your first movement starts from your shoulder, you're going probably too heavy. If you see like an arcing movement in the bar path, you're probably going too heavy. If you're swinging, you're probably going too heavy. So lighten the load, and a big tip that I want you to do here is try to keep your elbows pinned to your sides. So, or like the top part of your arm, pin that towards your lat, and then it stays still. So there should be no movement of our shoulder here. So you're not starting the movement and then curling up. The other part to keep your forearm out of it is don't curl your wrists in. I've seen a lot of people where they come to the top and then they like curl their wrists in with it. Keep your palms facing towards the top, to the ceiling. So keep your hands supinated that whole time. So here we go, let's try using an easy bar. So instead, I'm gonna go from the side here so you can see the wrong way versus the good way. So we don't want this kind of stuff. See how my shoulder's kind of like moving and making this like arc position? We're gonna pin our elbows to our side, and the bar, basically, it's almost looking like a drag curl. It's coming straight up instead of doing this arcing thing around you. And then as far as my wrists go, you almost want to, you don't want the bar to be in your fingers. You want it in the thickest part of your palm. And then keep them almost pointed down. If you can see your other knuckles at the top, if you see these, that means you're curling. So keep those palms so that your palm stays supinated, palms face the ceiling. Elbows pinned, and just concentrate on actually curling with your biceps, not your shoulders. Pro tip, stretch after your workout, because we don't actually want the flexibility. We want the ability to flex. All right, actual bicep tip number 2 is practice going through a full range of motion. We're gonna contradict ourselves with the next one after this, but going through full range, that means actually getting all the way to that stretch position. We do it in pretty much like you think of your back. We really focus on stretching our lats all the way out so that we can contract them. We're gonna do the same thing with our biceps. So 2 really good exercises that really get you in that stretched out position, fully stretched out, would be an incline dumbbell curl. So here we're in our complete stretched position, and then you'll bring the dumbbells all the way up. So actually going to that peak stretch and then peak contraction. Stretched out, big contraction. Second exercise that demonstrates this really, really well is a behind the back cable curl. So another really good exercise that really focuses on that stretched out position is a behind the body bicep curl. Put the pulley, put the pulley at the lowest position and then take a nice step out so that your arm is actually positioned back behind your body. And then same thing, you'll come all the way up with your curl and then it's gonna stretch all the way back. And really, a lot of times what I'll do is like almost hit a tricep extension, like focus on like, okay, here's my tricep, now curl up. So tricep and then back up. Fully stretched out and back up. Bro tip, superset biceps with biceps. Where can you get so jacked? Whoa, why am I crying right now? My eyes watering.
They're so funny.
Guys, I hope you're writing down all the bro tips because those are the real ones. Anyway, we are on tip number 3, and I said I was gonna kind of contradict myself on this one. So last tip was talking about going through the full range and really focusing on that stretch position, the relaxed position. Now we are going to talk about tip number 3, which is partials, adding partials in. A lot of times a really good technique that you can do is after you're doing those full range of motion to keep you going. So maybe you hit failure on these behind the body cable curls. Maybe you hit failure or close to failure. You can then further and keep going and hit failure again by only using partial reps. So focusing just on that bottom part. So now we only go like halfway and you should be able to rep out a couple more that way. So full range and partial range. So use all the ranges. If you've ever done bicep 21s, where you're doing 7 bottom, 7 top, 7 full, partial reps are just a great way to vary up what you're doing and focus on different parts of the movement. All right, tip number 4 is a super easy one, but you know, a lot of people I don't think actually concentrate on the actual contraction. As a bodybuilder, we're really focused on like mind to muscle, like slowing down the reps and really actually feeling that muscle. So a great exercise to really concentrate on feeling that muscle would be a nice single arm preacher curl. So slowing down the rep a little bit and actually visualizing, okay, my bicep is working, mind to muscle connection as I come up, oh my gosh, that's really heavy, is actually squeeze. So sometimes holding for a 1 to 2 second count and really focus, okay, I'm squeezing my muscle. All right, now I'm gonna relax. So mind muscle, oh my God, this is so heavy. Why am I doing it so heavy? Mind to muscle connection, it can really help improve and actually trigger you to grow muscles a little bit faster. So don't just curl the weight, focus on the muscle that is working. Concentrate. All right, final tip, and this goes for every muscle group, variation. Change the things that you're doing. We all know bicep curls, okay? Dumbbell bicep curls, barbell curls. If you're always just doing this motion, they're not gonna see any change. So change the way you're doing, like change the angle. So doing some bicep curls up here. These are some of my favorite ones because it emulates an actual double bicep. So we did some from back here where your arms extended behind you. You can do some high lat pull down bicep curls where your arms are coming from up above your head and you're pulling towards you. So changing the way you do the exercises, changing your angles, changing your force angles and where you're pulling from is gonna completely hit the biceps differently. Just the way you change your arm placement. If you're pulling inward, that's gonna work your long head. If your arm is pulling from out to the side, that works your short head. Just like we do with back day, switching up hand placement, being pronated, supinated, do all of them because they're all gonna be beneficial and they're all gonna target your biceps in a different way. So variation is the key to pretty much every body part and growth. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope these tips help you make bigger muscles. Make bigger bicep muscles so you can show them off in the gym. Also, make sure you wrote down all those pro tips because those are the most important. Thank you guys for watching. Pull from everywhere, just don't pull out. Oh my gosh.